Openbravo Web POS is an enterprise-level, multi-store and modular retail solution. It is web-based with offline capabilities and supports POS hardware such as printers, barcode scanners and cash drawers. Let's do a demo. You can run it on the iPad in a browser and use a Bluetooth barcode scanner or a laptop with a touchscreen. Or any device really. Here we run it on an iMac. Openbravo Web POS also runs on legacy terminals as long as they have an internet browser. For this demonstration we are going to use the following setup. A Dell Latitude E6420 notebook computer with a touchscreen, a thermal printer, a Bluetooth barcode scanner and a few bottles of wine. Lucy starts her working day and logs into Openbravo Web POS. She enters her PIN code and her personal workspace appears. Because she forgot to bring change to her cash drawer, she wants to ask her colleagues if they can help her out. She selects Sarah and Rob and then the chat button. In the chat window she selects the pre-configured I need change option and sends it off. They will probably bring her some change in the next few minutes. She returns to the workspace. On the corporate workspace we find a CCTV widget, a training widget and a widget that informs the staff about today's offers. The personal workspace to the right could contain information about online colleagues or social media, and using Google Maps we could even think about a colleague locator. The right hand area shows the message area and the main tabs. And at the bottom we find an on-screen dial pad in case there is no physical keyboard. The first customer wants to buy 4 identical bottles. Lucy scans one bottle using the barcode scanner and then changes the quantity to 4 using the dial pad. The next bottle cannot be scanned because the bottle got wet and the barcode was damaged. Lucy now enters the UPC code manually and hits enter to add it to the ticket. She is authorized to give a discount, which she does because of the damaged label. She adds a 10% discount. A different way to add products is by using the browse functionality. To the right we see the categories where Lucy selects International Red Wine, which filters the product list view. The numbers to the left of some products indicate already selected quantities. You can add the product by simply tapping it. Tap it another time increases the quantity, and tapping the orange bit to the left reduces it again. You can also find products using search. In this case, a customer is looking for a full body wine within a certain price range. Note that we combined attributes and tags. We select the Taurus wine. Back to the message area, we see a confirmation of the action together with an undo button. Let's create a new ticket while keeping the old one open and add a product to it using the scanner. Now to go back to the previous one, we just need to tap the folded corner with the number in the top right of the ticket. The number obviously indicates the amount of pending tickets. You can change the customer name anytime by tapping it, which launches a picker window where we can select a customer for this ticket. Note that the system also retrieved other information about this customer, for example its loyalty status. Now let's pay this ticket. We just need to tap the total amount to start the payment flow. The customer wants to pay partially using a voucher and partially using cash. We first enter the voucher, and after that we enter the cash amount by tapping one of the banknotes. Now the amount of change is shown together with the payment method, and tapping done completes the order. A new ticket is automatically prepared for the next customer. In this scenario, a customer wants to return a bottle of champagne that she bought yesterday. We first need to find the ticket, and we use the filter for yesterday. There's the ticket for customer Moonlight. Now, using the options menu again, we simply return the ticket and press done to complete it. To add a product, we need to have the manager's role. We first log out Lucy and then we select Salvador, who is the store manager for the North Store. Salvador's workspace is different than Lucy's. For example, there's one widget that shows hourly sales and another one showing a vacation planner for his people. Now let's move to the administrator's widget where Salvador taps the product shortcut. This launches the product window. He taps the new button and scans the bottle that he just received from a provider. All details are retrieved except for the price that he adds manually. Please note that this scenario is common for small stores, but larger stores would use a regular Openbravo 3 product window. Sometimes you also want to receive a shipment for a product you just created, which is shown here. This operation can obviously also be done through the regular Openbravo 3 user interface. In the top left corner of the screen, we see a green dot that indicates that we are online. Although Openbravo Web POS is a web-based retail solution, sales can continue even when the connection drops. In this scenario, we add the product to the ticket and then realize suddenly that the connection was lost, indicated by the yellow message. Being offline will not keep you from selling, as we can just keep on adding products and even pay the ticket, even though the system is still offline. Here we added the product and let the customer pay while the internet connection is down. All sales transactions are stored locally, and when the connection is finally restored, these transactions are synchronized instantly. Here is Rob, one of our sales guys in the Barcelona North store, desperately trying to sell a bottle of red to Sylvia, the owner of restaurant La Fontaine, who insists on the bottle of Bond Estates Mulberry 2003 that unfortunately they do not have in stock. Sylvia cannot hide her disappointment. But then Rob notices that not all stores are out of stock. There's one bottle left in the South store where Salvador is working today. Hang on, Sylvia. Rob decides to call Salvador using the integrated voice-over IP system that their business partner recently developed and asks him to please send him the bottle ASAP. Salvador on the other end quickly switches from the web POS to Openbravo 3 ERP in his browser and looks up the customer's address. When he realizes it's on his way home, he offers to bring the bottle to La Fontaine tonight. He also makes the goods movement from the south to the north store. Rob can now sell the bottle to Sylvia. Sylvia is very happy with the outcome and thanks Rob for the amazing customer service. Let's have a look at what happened here in detail on Rob's end in the North store. He first looked up the stock in all 4 Barcelona stores and realized that the South store had 1 bottle left. He then switched to the workspace, where he selected Salvador, who works in the South store, and made a voice-over IP phone call. This functionality is just an example of the endless possibilities the open web architecture of Openbravo Web POS has. Business partners can create modules to extend the web POS functionality. After the phone call and the goods movement on Salvador's end, the stock is updated to 1 in his store. He now sells the bottle of Bond Estates Mulberry to Sylvia. As she is a known and trustworthy customer, he invoices her rather than let her pay on the spot. On Salvador's end, this is what happened when Rob called him. He first switched to the ERP. As a side note, it is interesting to see that because the POS uses the same database as the ERP, real-time analytics can be shown in the workspace widgets. He then looked up the customer La Fontaine. In the customer's details, using a Google Maps module, he can easily see that his address is near his own address, so he decided to deliver the bottle personally after work. He also created a goods movement, where he simply moved the bottle from the south to the north store, so there won't be any incorrect inventories in the future. He then switched back to the web POS to continue serving customers. It's 8 o'clock at night and time to close shop. The end of day process consists of 4 steps. The first step is to review pending tickets. The first ticket belongs to a customer that walked away, so he voids it. The second ticket he just forgot to register, so he taps Quick Cash. The second step is counting the money. He taps the green check button because everything matches. However, on second count, there's only €6,190 in cash, so he needs to enter that. The system indicates he is €5 short. The third step is preparing the report. By default, the report groups by payment method, but other dimensions can be selected here. The final step is posting, printing and closing. He taps the Close Day button and the end of the day report ticket is printed. Good job! On his way home, Salvador stops by at La Fontaine to deliver the bottle of wine. Now that is customer service.